Yo, Shadow, that shit right there, bro. The First of all, I just gotta say, bro, like the games without Steph. So my main takeaway from this game, right, is the last 4 minutes. Watching the last 4 minutes of the game, the last 2 months, every stretch of those games that we take, you watch Steph out there, or Steph is not out there, and you watch these guys try to close games. It is a disaster fucking class, bro. Straight disaster. Absolute, absolute, absolute disaster. And watching Steph Curry finish tonight, first of all, I saw a back screen. Okay. Somebody got a layup. You saw somebody else get like a wide open three in the corner. He creates a shot. Bro, like, this is what I've been trying to tell people for the longest time. It's not always about, scoring the ball, but the way that man creates, bro, Steph might be the greatest playmaker of all time. Not might be. No, no, no. He's the greatest playmaker of all time. There's nothing like this, bro. Whether he's setting a screen,
I would take it past playmaking advantage
oh my
because
God.
not only does he make the plays, he leaves you wide open. Like it's ridiculous,
I'm
man.
telling you,
It's good to
this
see him back though.
bro, this era of like where everybody's putting up like these stats or whatever. All right, Luca can average like 30, 10, and 10. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he still wouldn't be more impactful than Steph. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, you look at the guys that are out there. You got Pat Spencer. Pat Spencer played, wow, he played 41 minutes tonight. Pat Spencer had 16 shots tonight, y'all. We put up 110 points. Pat Spencer had what? Fuck. He had 14 points, 16 shots. Pods actually had a good game tonight. He had what? 20. He only played 30 minutes. So he had 26 free throws for Pods. Okay. And then Draymond only took what? 3 shots tonight, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, right? But just watching that man just pull attention towards him, bro. Like there's nothing like it, dog. And if you don't have a trained eye for it, if if you don't got a trained eye for this shit, you'll never ever ever notice that shit, bro. But when you just watch him out there, because the human eye or the average NBA eye is used to doing the thing where they just look at the guy with the ball. And with Steph Curry, you got to think different. It's almost like you have to think outside the box, right? Because when he doesn't have the ball, and other people have the ball, he sets the screen, like the defense is going to shift to him, and then you pass this other guy the ball, he's wide open. Bro, that doesn't usually happen like that because you watch these games out there with Steph or without Steph, and you just see the difference. We have, so credit to the team for being in a lot of these games, but the NBA is too talented to not have your best
Your
player out there.
dudes, yeah, you need your dudes.
Yeah, bro. Like
What's up, Erico?
we, Ailey was good.
We
We
Mariachi.
I think we got another African man.
Oh, so I wasn't even going to talk about him yet, but let's talk about him.
Yep,
Charles
Charles Bassi,
Bassi,
the Niger boy.
14 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks,
How many minutes?
27 minutes, man.
Amazing.
27 minutes, 7 of 12 shooting. Now, how did they discover this dude? I would love to know the story behind him. How did they find him? Who scouted him? Because
G League. He was
Apologize to
in the G
Money
League.
Mike.
No, this was definitely not Money Mike.
Money Mike.
He was definitely not Money Mike. That was
What you mean?
definitely
He be
not.
drafting the best player out here. What are you
He
talking about?
wasn't
He
drafted.
drafted Quinton Post.
He wasn't drafted.
Shadow, you don't know what you're talking about.
Brother, he drafted
You live
Quinton
in
Post.
Toronto.
Listen to me. He drafted Quinton Post because his brother is his fucking agent. His
Who
blood
drafted
brother,
Gee? Who drafted Gee?
his brother, his family is his agent. Okay,
Okay, who drafted Gee then?
Brother, what are we talking about Gee for? These are second rounders. Charles Bassey wasn't a second rounder. He walked onto the G League team. He made the team. He was killing G League. He was damn near G League MVP. And we were down bodies, and they called him up, and now he's flourishing. Simple. He's
Yeah, so
talented, bro. He's a talented player.
for the season, he's played for like four teams this season. He's played for Memphis, he's played for Philly, he's played for Boston, and now he's played two games with us. So I think I see like nine NBA games. Well, no, it's more than nine. No, sorry, nine NBA games this season. And he just came out and gave you 14. But you know what though, bro? We need dudes like that, bro. Like guys with activity. You know what I'm saying?
We got the African. God bless our new Africans, bringing new life. When my little bitch. Yeah.
Thank you, Benjo.
God blessing the new African home. You like Filipinos? Wingba. Yeah. Wingba. Got the African at home.
This dude.
Yeah. What the fuck? What the fuck?
This dude is a maniac, bro.
I didn't expect that at all. Oh my
Lee, I don't know how
god.
we getting these characters in here, dog.
Oh man.
Lakers right now 103 to 66. OKC is leading. Wow.
Okay, so
It's
he's up.
rough. Yeah, OKC is up 103 to 68.
Oh.
Straight belt, man. Straight belt. Oh boy.
No excuses.
Yeah, Lee. So I like this Bassy dude, bro. And you know the interesting thing about him, like if you notice him, remember what's his name? Who played for Boston? Dude with the dreads.
Oh,
What's
Time
his fucking
Lord.
name again? Time Lord.
Yeah.
Robert Williams,
Yeah.
right? Bro, Time Lord had like this skill where he had like an extremely quick jump. You know what I'm saying? Like he got in there fast, right? Bassy,
Bassey got the same thing. Got
bro,
the
he
same
got that
thing.
same
Probably even
thing,
a
bro.
little
He's
better.
springy as hell, dog.
Yeah, even that block that he
Yeah.
had, he went up once already, deterred the shot, and then went back up before he came back down and blocked the shot and grabbed the rebound. He didn't block it out of bounds. He blocked it, grabbed the rebound, and pushed it up.
Now the cool part is that I saw him, Steph, and Draymond in like that three-man thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you saw what he did, right? But bro, the funny thing about some of these guys is that, bro, none of them can really finish around the rim. So it is really refreshing to watch a guy who's athletic on the team and he's finishing around the basket, bro.
When they had the split action between him,
Yeah,
Steph, and Draymond, and he caught it, and there was no hesitation to his game
yeah.
when he laid it up. That impressed me. Besides the double double that he got tonight, I'm not saying he's going to be like the thing that gets us to the finals this year, but I think that's a bright spot for you know.
No, but if you have a guy that comes on the team, right? Like, I mean, anytime I look at any of these guys, I look at a couple of things. I'm like, when you put them in an advantage situation, right? When they get the ball, what do they do with it?
Yeah,
Because typically the reason why teams W is to get the ball out of the Benjo, relax, bro. God damn. Anyways, so when you get the ball in your hands, right? You gotta make a decision really quickly. So are you going to attack the basket or are you going to look to make the pass? You know what I'm saying? So what I saw tonight is that, you know, there's a few times he got into that 4-on-3 and you saw somebody diving out the corner basically, right? So when he was diving out the corner, the two decisions that he made was real snappy. You know what I'm saying? And then there was like one play where he had like a goaltend, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, that was clearly a goaltend. So that one should have been a bucket. Um, but anytime I see guys on the team, bro, and they just get the ball, Steph gives them an advantage and they can just make that split second quick decision. That's what the thing is about, bro. Like guys who can just process the game fast. So let me see some more reps with him. But bro, I love the activity though, dog, because um all year long we've been looking for somebody to kind of fill in that role where you're talking about grab some rebounds or whatever. And you know, who knows, bro? Like sometimes you can find guys, right? Like you can find guys where like this, you know what I'm saying? Where you we kind of found GP2 in the same way, you know what I'm saying? So if we can find a center in the same fashion, you know, then we can feel good about that. But I mean, just off the eye test alone, this dude is a better defender than Porzingis, bro.
Oh yeah,
Right off the bat, bro. I can tell.
yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of thing that we need, bro. We need like one of those guys where we just find them, bro. And you know, I I love the quick jump, right? That's very time lordish, right? He was rebounding tonight, and he looks like he finishes pretty well, bro. He's like he looked like he got some hops to him.
Yep. You
You know what
know
I'm
who
saying? So
I was gonna say real quick, jumping
yeah,
to another player who's played well was Melton. Melton got it back after those two threes from the last game.
yeah.
It's like I think he may found his shot. I know he still has an injured hand, but tonight he finished around the rim, which he's been struggling with the last few weeks, and he made he made a few threes. Man, there I like. I think we could get out the plan, bro. I'm not gonna be overly. I'm not gonna make any declarative statements. That's just not my style. I'm just super optimistic about going
Let me
into
tell you
these
something,
two
Lee.
weeks.
If Steph is right, because here's another thing that I noticed too, right? We're in that Kobe Bryant last 3 years era right now, bro.
Yep,
I saw like the ice and I saw the thick padding of ice on that left knee. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
And it reminded me of fucking Kobe Bryant in like 2015, 2014, them years. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so sad to see, bro. So like when I saw like the thick padding of ice, not that they never used to ice their knees, bro, but that big old thing on his knee, bro, I was like, fuck, dog. Like, are we really about that time right now? You know?
yeah.
So that made me kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just a reminder, bro. Because you know, a lot of these guys when they get towards, and listen, bro, the man is 30 fucking 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's kind of a blessing that he got to this point where where you know he's somewhat unharmed, you know what I'm saying?
Well, people
So
thought he
that's a
was
good
done
thing to
at
see.
32, so I'm glad
Yeah,
he got here.
yeah. Steph's a small guard, it's
Decent for
different
him.
for him.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you know that one is on the soundboard. Steph's a small guard. It's different for him. This man took us to the bro. He wasn't even 32. I don't even think he was 32 yet. But all
Probably
right,
what, 31 at the time.
30. Yeah, probably 30, 31 at the time. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and this man,
Man was ready to throw
man is.
dirt on the goat,
I
bro.
know the man still looks incredible every time he steps out on court, bro. It's a special opportunity that we all get to witness.
Yeah, bro. But dog, like sure, we can bitch about these guys or whatever. We can bitch about Pat Spence. We can bitch about Pods. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, those guys are role player Rodney type of guys. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And it just reminds you that when Steph is out there, like he just creates so much chaos. You know what I'm saying? And Lee, I was saying this to somebody the other day, right? The front office fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
Or or let me put it this way. the miscommunication and the turmoil inside the organization. Because if you just say it's just the front office, right? Like I think that's a simplification. You
Hmm.
gotta say everybody, bro. Whether it be Kerr and the coaching staff and what this guy wants, what that guy wants, and blah 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 blah. I think they all fucked up, bro. It should have been motherfuckers that can defend, right? And people that can make a decision, right? Once you figured those two things out, I think we would have been fine. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm talking about Bassie tonight is because I seen Bassie make like three split decisions. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me see how regular you can do that now. You know what I'm saying? But right off the bat, I see that, right? So people that can defend and people that can make a decision. That's where we fucking lost the plot, bro. And I'm not just talking about like last season or even this season. I'm talking about the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Just going back to like 2019. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think anybody that's been on a timeline for any period of time, they saw like the push and pull, the push and pull, push and pull. And I think everybody fucked up, bro. Everybody fucked up. And they lost the plot of this whole thing because, you know, we should have just got guys that just could have fit Steph. You know what I'm saying? It should have all been about people that can fit Steph, not like people that fit Steve Kerr and who will listen to Steve Kerr. Nah, bro, we need people that can actually make a decision and fucking guard. You know what I'm saying? Because half of the motherfuckers can't guard, right? So that's what we needed, bro. And it should have been done over like the last, what year are we in? It should have been done over the last 7 years. And, you can even go back to like 2019, 2018, right? Once we left 2017, got into 19, got into 18, 19, like those years, I literally watched them botch everything, bro. And it's almost like they did not know the type of player that would have fit. You know what I'm saying? And they just botched everything. And it's just been a botching ever since. And I think that Steph gives you an advantage roster building wise, and they just never took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can you can have less talented NBA guys on the team, right? Like meaning like you can be able to find more diamonds in the rough playing next to Steph Curry, right? So he gives you more runway for talent more than any other star, I think, right?
Yep.
And I think the front office just fucked it up, bro. Like everybody that selected players, it's easy to say the front office, but there's multiple people in the organization who are not in the front office that select players. And I think they all fucked it up.
Yeah, it was
Point
galaxy
blank
brained
simple.
for sure.
They just galaxy brain this whole shit, bro. And I'm telling you, Steph not only gives you an advantage on the court, but he also gives you an advantage roster building wise. And I think they just fucked the whole thing up, bro. You know, no, nobody and this has been one of my problems, right? Like you have people that actually get what the formula is, and then you have people that don't get what the formula is. And I see a lot of people in the fan base that think they know what the formula is, but they really don't. And if you actually knew what the formula was, and if some of the people actually knew what the formula was that are making decisions, this shit wouldn't have been like this, bro.
Yeah.
We probably would have been probably six rings deep right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we're like 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 every year, I just watch these dudes just like stub their toe or some weird shit happens every year, bro. And it's like we since that since the 23 season, we just haven't been able to just get proper footing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like last year, cool, we get Jimmy or whatever, and we get Jimmy, and then it's like it still wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still wasn't enough because you see when Jimmy fell on his ass, and then you could just feel like more pressure just landed on Steph. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the 2 months, the 2 or 3 months or whatever, we're playing playoff basketball, and that shit led to the hamstring, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so it the whole thing, bro, the whole thing just got botched. And every time I see like a guy like Bassie, it just reminds me of we just fucking lost the plot, bro. And we did not use the advantage of Steph Curry to just put, you know, if there's a salary cap, you can find diamonds in the rough to fit around Steph. And I just don't think they did that, bro. We needed to make just smarter decisions, player personnel wise. Never did it.
It was
Never did it.
it was going to be hard when you had so many different ideologies in that office in terms of how
Yeah.
people view basketball, and then people trying to protect their positions. Um, it was going to be hard to get like guys who could fit while being cheap, while not infringing on another player's position. So
Yeah, bro.
it
It-
it was tough. This is
bro, the more that I look at it, dog,
this it's,
and
it's
again,
par for the course though, Irk. Like this happens to every team besides the Spurs.
yeah, but the Spurs didn't have Steph Curry, Lee. That's the problem, dog. Like,
Yeah.
um, they should have been able to like, like every year, bro, like you just watch the Spurs and they find this guy and so I was looking back at something with the Spurs, right? And this is what I wish the Warrior organization could have become. Since I think it was the late 80s, I think it was like 1988 or 87. Okay. The Spurs have had 7 losing seasons since 1987 until now. That's almost 40 fucking years, bro. That's almost 40 years. 1987 until now, they have had 7 losing seasons. And the losing seasons that they had was pretty much, you know, 2018, 2019, 2020. You know what I'm saying? And then they had the one losing season, it was like in the 90s. It was, I believe it was 96, 97 when David Robinson broke his leg, right? And they just ultra tanked that year and then 6 seasons, I think it was like 19 up until last season, 7 losing seasons, right? So they just went from Duncan to Rob, and it's just pure excellence, bro. And that is what I wish the Warriors should have done. You know what I'm saying? um and I don't know what they had in mind. I think they had something like that in mind, but bro, the execution was poor, bro. It was piss poor execution. Piss poor execution. And I don't think for that to have worked, they needed everybody to be locked in. What happened is that that guy didn't agree, and this guy didn't agree, and this guy didn't agree, and that guy didn't agree. So the plan wasn't going to work. And that's what happened. But I think that's what Lacob had in mind. He had the Spurs in mind. And the Spurs actually executed on that, bro. But David Robinson was a really, really fucking good player. Then you get Tim Duncan. Then you know, um, you get Kawhi in the middle of that. Kawhi Leonard, they said, was one of the greatest developmental projects ever. You know what I'm saying? And then they get Wemby. I get it, but at the same time, they do have some structure in there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I watch this team, bro, and I watch this organization, and I wonder what the fuck is the structure, you know?
Mm.
Sometimes I watch Kerr and I think to myself, like, okay, I get what you're trying to do, but you're doing nonsense out there half the time, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you're trying to prove with like half of these guys, bro. Like, they run up into real competition and then it's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to incorporate some guys that can, you know, show some athleticism out there along with some IQ. I don't know where we're going to find that, but I mean, Lee, Jesus Christ, bro.
I know. He thinks he can find it in 6'3" point guards. But
We, bro, it's you know, I think everyone is a little bit too extreme. Like the 6'3" point guard kills us, bro. 6'3", 6'2", it absolutely murders us. And I think we were talking about the draft stuff in pregame today, and Are we like I have a funny feeling that the league is going to want to punish tanking teams, and they're just going to slide us right in the lottery, bro. That would be amazing.
I would love to get that kid from Michigan.
Yeah, so he's older, right? So he's what, like 23, 24 at this point?
Yeah, Yaxel, like
I would draft him.
he
Shit.
would be perfect. He's like 6'9".
Yeah.
He's a wing. He could play the perimeter. He was injured yesterday. He still like was impactful on the game. He had an ankle injury and a knee injury. I'm like, and he looks like this in the second half. He looked like he could fit this team because he doesn't mind passing. So
Yeah. And I think for what we need right now, bro, we need a 23, 24 year old. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Um, we need a 23, 24 year old at this point to just come in and just have immediate impact. That's probably somebody like that I wish was available when some of these draft picks were made. You know what I'm saying? Because this team, bro, we're lacking size, dog. I mean, it's fucking disgusting. Um, was Guy Santos hurt tonight?
yeah, he was hurt.
Okay.
I think they're just resting guys to save them for the plan at this.
Yeah. Yeah. So who do you think plays on Thursday?
I believe Steph plays because they're still trying to get him ramped up. I believe Draymond probably rest. Melton probably rest. Gee, I think Al Horford may be coming back, and I think Pods is going to continue to play. Pods hasn't missed a game
You
all
know,
year.
Lee, this is selfish, right? It's purely selfish. But I want to beat the Lakers under every circumstances, bro.
I agree.
It looks like they dropped down to fourth now. So Denver has won 9 games in a row. I think their last loss was to, I think the Lakers was the last team they lost to. Let me see. No, Memphis. Sorry, they lost to Los Angeles. They beat Philly, and they lost to Memphis somehow. So since then, they've just reeled off 9 games in a row. Um,
We could drag them to the fifth spot.
so
If Houston wins and we beat them, they'll be tied
do they have the head to head against
against Houston. I'm not sure.
head to head?
Head to head.
Head to head. um, so if they go to the fifth spot, they would face.
Play Houston.
They would just lose home court right now. But did you hear JJ's comments, bro? J, yo, them motherfuckers just threw in the towel, bro. We don't even care. Yo, maybe you should have took that approach last week, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Not the n- not the brightest bulb, bro. Like you probably should have protected the player from himself, bro. That's the job of a coach as well. These niggas are competitive, dog. You gotta protect them from themselves.
Yep.
Um, so I think Ant has the same thing that Steph got going on too.
Jumper's knee.
Lee, Lee, I'm saying all of this to say you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what might happen, bro.
Yep. I agree. I see it.
I mean, sure.
I see.
I,
It's very. It's it's gonna be hard, obviously, but
yeah.
if Porzingis, Steph, the way Draymond's been playing, or the way Melton's been playing, and Gee
Mhm.
are there, I wouldn't want to see them.
All right. So last game, last game we didn't see a great game from
But he's been
Porzingis,
playing good before that.
but he has been playing good, right? So I'm gonna give it more time. All right, he was just getting fried defensively. It was a weird matchup or whatever. But really, what I want to see is when you have him in there, what does he do for the spacing and the movement or whatever? Because what I did notice when Steph was not playing and he was out there, he was making some pretty good passes, right? So you saw where like he caught the ball and he was hitting cutters and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that is very useful because at least we have a tall person that is a willing passer that can kind of see over the defense. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of looking at it from that standpoint. But I think it was just a bad game. He ran into like a weird matchup. But they're gonna have to protect him defensively, right? So what I hope he can bring is that I hope he can bring some spacing. I hope he can continue to just be a deterrent at the rim and see over the defense and make like those kind of passes where he sees over the defense and he's just finding those cutters because you see the chaos that Steph is creating, bro. It's still there, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Omnipresent. Omnipresent. Yo, Sheed, what's good?
So man,
Oh, what's up,
What's
Sheed?
going
You
on,
on
man?
stage?
so Lee,
How you doing, man?
I can't complain, man.
What'd you think of the game tonight?
Man, I caught the first half. It was looking. It's kind of tough to say just because it's the Kings out there, and it's just. I mean, even for like the Warriors, it was just like the lineups are all over the place. You don't really. It's kind of like they're just trying to ride out the regular season and make it to the play-in with Steph in some type of rhythm and
Yeah.
look, I don't know, but I mean, yeah, it just. I mean, like you guys just said, it's just night and day when Steph's finally back out there. It's like everybody's got life again. And then when he was out for those 2 months, it was like it was tough to make it through a Warriors game, like from start to finish. So I don't know.
Start to finish.
Yeah, like even like my daughter was watching the game when Steph came back, and she's like really into it. But if Steph's not there, she's not watching that shit.
I don't blame her, bro.
It's like no chance she's watching that. Like I mean, I tried to get into the Valkyries, and I took her to the pro am the pro am game in the city one time,
The keys are?
and we walk in. Yeah, we walk in. She's like 5, and she's like, "Is Steph Curry playing?" I'm like, "No," and she's like, "Yo," she's like, "Can we go?" And I'm like, "Oh man." Like, even the kids, like, but I'm glad that she's getting to see him before he retired. So
Yeah, this is going to be dismal when Steph is gone, bro. So last week we're in Discord and this guy was up there talking, Arion, and Arion was saying, "Bro, if Steph is healthy, I just want to see him play." And I know and I was kind of disagreeing with him. I was like, I don't know that you should bring him back and all of that, but I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. You don't know when this shit's gonna end, and you kind of just want to just cherish like everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the other night I saw Steph out there, and I was like, dog, I am so happy that this dude is back because, you know, I watch these games no matter what. I've done every live watch this year, and you just don't want to, you know, not watch basketball when Steph ain't. It's just crazy, bro. So I am just happy that he was back, and it's just a whole different type of energy in the building, man. You know, a whole different type of a whole different type of energy. So I am over the moon that he's back, and not only that, bro, but the games that we were losing for like the last 2 months, you have like this is a game that we would have lost. You know, there was a stretch that we had where we ran into like some tanking teams, and I forget who the teams were. Oh, it was like Utah and teams like that, right? And we should have won those games. You know what I'm saying? And then we were just doing the dumbest shit at the end of the game. But if teams can't really play you straight up, and these guys aren't the most talented guys in the world, yeah, they're smart and they play hard and all of that. And sometimes that's all you need, but more times than not in the NBA, bro, like you need like your guy to create advantages, you know. And he took like 12 shots tonight, and it just meant so much more than the 12 shots, him being out there. And you know, when I used to argue with people on the timeline and try to tell them, I was like, bro, like you don't understand when the dude has like 15 points and you got three